Ontaguta Kathleen Kennedy. So Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down as the head of Lucasfilm. It's about damn time, but is it too late to save the brand? I'm going to say a few words about that in this video. Hey everyone, I have a small request from this side of the camera. Please smash the like button for this video, no matter how long you stay. And also, please consider subscribing to the channel if you are not subscribed. Hey everyone, welcome back to Big Discussions 76, Entertainment and Media. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar. I am the content creator for this channel, and over here I cover all things media. Please, well, I did ask in the previous segment, please like, share, and subscribe. So I think by the time this video goes up, the news will have swept around the world that Kathleen Kennedy has finally stepped down from her post as the head of Lucasfilm. There are many of us who believe that she ran that ship into the rocks. And yeah, I think it's about time. It's long overdue. I don't know what all went into her stepping down. Just a quick Google search here of her showed that she was 70. She is 71 years old. So maybe she wants to go and hang out on the beach or something like that. Or maybe she's just tired of her lack of success. And I think my main thoughts about this is how my main thoughts involve the brand being ruined and the brand straying from what made it great under the founder of Lucasfilm, George Lucas himself. So I think, yeah, I'm thinking about where they went wrong. I'm thinking about all of the experiments that went wrong, and I'm thinking about whether or not they can salvage the brand to be great and to be on par with what it once was. They're talking about replacements for her right now. I'm going to get to that at the end of this video. I don't intend for this to go long, but I'm going to say a few words about what made the brand great. I'm a Gen Xer, so I was there for the original 3 movies. Me and my brother collected the toys. I had an X-Wing fighter. I think I had a Millennium Falcon at one point, and we were there for the original Buzz and the original iteration of what George Lucas created. So I believe it was Chris Gore from Film Threat. I watch his content, and Alan Ng and a bunch of the other bigger media creators. But I think it was Chris who said that Star Wars was a boy brand and Disney was a company for girls. And so their theory, shout out to Star Wars theory, the thought was that in buying this boy brand, they might widen their audience, but they got this boy brand and tried to make it a girl brand. I don't know. But either way, what made it great were obviously the influences, Flash Gordon, Dune, the samurais from Japan, the commentary on politics and wars and economies. But at the heart of Star Wars, it was a hero's journey, and it was a manhood journey, and it was young Luke Skywalker discovering who he was and discovering his power and taking on his father before he knew that it was his father. It was about the friendships between himself, Han, and Leia. It was about mentorship. I'm thinking about Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Yoda. And it was discovering who he was, discovering his power, learning to use the Force. That's what was at the center and the heart of those space battles and the Death Stars. Those were valuable elements as well, but it was a hero's journey. Okay, so you had those other elements. You had the X-wing fighters and the Y-wing fighters and the TIE fighters as well, but it was a hero's journey. And I don't know, Rey was a quote unquote a Mary Sue, but and I don't know how that hero's journey would have worked out with a female, but Rey clearly didn't go through the same hero's journey that Luke did. She knew what to do. She could use the Force. She was granted her powers. They did not pay respect to the previous characters, Luke, Han, and Leia, the respect that they deserved. But it wasn't a hero's journey in the way that Luke's journey was. Luke had to discover his powers. He had to get shoved by the goons at the Mos Eisley spaceport and just learn to use the Force in just those little bits in A New Hope. And then his Force powers grew in The Empire Strikes Back. He took on Lord Vader, even though he wasn't ready, and got his hand chopped off. And little did he know that that was going to be a connection to his father in Return of the Jedi. And it was that pivotal moment where he had become strong enough to defeat his father. And when he realized that if he went down that dark path, his whole body might become mechanized just like his father's. It was that arc. It was that hero's journey. It was that entire path of discovery, that path of discovery for Luke that made that whole thing great. And it's what made a lot of us as boys, but also as girls, even as a young Black boy, it made me dream about doing something like that. And it captured our imaginations, and it made you want to go off on a space adventure yourself. That's what was at the heart of Star Wars. And I think they, whether it was the sequel trilogy, Ahsoka, the Acolyte, whatever they created, with the exception of Rogue One, those first two seasons of the Mandalorian, was there anything else quality there? Rogue One, those first two seasons of the Mandalorian, Andor was decent. Yeah, I don't think Disney Star Wars made anything else quality, but I think ultimately they got away from what it was about. And the Acolyte, well, that got very, very far away from what it was about. But I guess in that regard, Kathleen went out with a bang. But now that she's gone, after ruining the whole thing, I think the question is, can the Star Wars brand and the franchise can it be recycled? Can it be risen from the dead? Can it have a renaissance? Can it be brought back? I don't know. Some of the experts are saying that it's dead and it's not coming back. So can it come back? Can it be resurrected? So I just did a quick search and found this article online. This is entitled Disney's Star Wars Succession Problem: Who Will Replace Kathleen Kennedy? This is from the Hollywood Reporter. This was written by Boris Kitt and James Hibbard, and it was published on February 25th, 2025. I'm not going to read over this, but I'm going to skip down to who the speculated candidates are to take over for her. That's an image of the legendary duel between Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and a young Obi-Wan Kenobi. I have a poster, not of this image, but of a similar image in my spare bedroom. So this scene, this movie, this clash for me has a special significance. And I think this battle, the essence of this battle, it captured the essence of what Star Wars was and what it was supposed to be. And I think that under Kathleen Kennedy's leadership, they got so far away from this. This was never supposed to be about diversity. It was never supposed to be about gender equity. It was supposed to be an adventure that you want to go away on yourself. It was supposed to be about light versus dark, good versus evil. It wasn't about power or control. I think that was a part of the story on the Sith side, but it was never supposed to be about diversity or gender or the things that Leslie Headland was going for. So I'm just looking at this image, and it just jumps back out at me years later, that battle between Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, so I'm going to leave this link in the description box, but some names have come up thus far and who might replace her. Among them are Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, let's see, Kevin Feige from the MCU. I was watching a show earlier, and it turns out I think he was more traditionally a Star Wars guy than a Marvel guy, but let's see, J.J. Abrams and Emma Watts and Hannah Minghella. I don't know if I said that right. Minghella. I think that's a Spanish or Italian name. But whomever it is, I think they need to get back to this right here. This is what made Star Wars great. Okay, good versus evil. And elemental stories of good and evil, good guys versus bad guys, the light versus the dark. Okay, commentaries on politics and geopolitics and empires and economies and a hero's journey. Can they get back to that and make something worthwhile that people will want to see? The old fans and the younger fans. Can they do that? Now, I'm going to wrap this up, but Nerdrotic made a really, really good suggestion earlier. He was doing a live stream with Chris Gore and I think it's X-Ray Girl. I think that was her name. But he said they should make a movie adaptation of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the game. I played that game on the original Xbox. Was it the original Xbox or the Xbox 360? During graduate school at the University of Michigan, and I was hooked on that game. I didn't leave my apartment because I was playing that game. That game captured the essence of what Star Wars is about. Your main character wasn't a farm boy from a moisture farm on Tatooine, but that game captured the essence of what Star Wars is about. So I would, if it's done correctly, I would totally love to see a film adaptation of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Again, it didn't follow the recipe to the T, but it captured the essence in terms of the elements, in terms of the Force, in terms of the Jedi training and the Sith Lords. It captured what Star Wars was about. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Do you think whomever takes over at Lucasfilm, can they resurrect the Star Wars franchise and the brand? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Hey everyone, before I wrap up, a shameless and quick plug here. In addition to being a content creator, I'm also a writer, a blogger, and now a self-published author, a newly self-published author. This is my book project, The Engineers, A Western New York Basketball Story, Part 1, Innocent Basketball Dreams. Now, just looking at the cover and listening to the title, it sounds like a book just about basketball. But coincidentally, much like the original Star Wars trilogy, this is a hero's journey. It's about learning to navigate the world. It's about finding your way in the world. It's about people. It's about mentors. and it's about learning life, much like Luke Skywalker. So this is available on Amazon in the ebook, hardcover, and paperback editions. I'm also selling these signed copies of this book and the hardcover and the paperback edition on my online store, Big Words Authors. That information will be below in the description box. And I am going to run a sale for viewers of my YouTube content. On Amazon, the hardcover is it's priced at $35. I'll take $10 off. The shipping is built into that price. And for the paperback, it's going for $27 on Amazon. I'll take $5 off. And again, the shipping is built into that price, and both of those will be signed. I'm going to leave the information for my Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle in the description box in case you want a copy. If you want one and you're buying it from me, just send me your mailing information so I will know where to send the book. So just an advertisement here. So with that, I'm going to wrap the video up. This is Big Discussions 76, Entertainment and Media. My name is Dr. Anwar Yusef Dunbar. Please like, share, and subscribe. And the links to all of my projects, my newsletter, my book project, those are in the description box. And with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Always try to do your best, and may the force be with you. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.